Nivada Grenchen Antarctic. GMT. It's kind of like a faded tropic style dial there. I don't know how else to explain it. I've had watches on this channel before, and really what they've done here is it's not a brown dial, it's a faded black dial. Does that make sense? So it's kind of like Fotina, but like it's the dial itself. So, and I think they did a really good job of it. The colorways work great on this one. Big thanks to Tyler and the entire crew at Exquisite Timepieces, Naples, Florida. Link in the description, as well as direct contact information so you can get a hold of Tyler directly. So let's just get into this watch. I have to say, first off, it's a little bit smaller than what I prefer. However, there are some things on this watch that I really, really like. It's just, it wouldn't fit my criteria for purchasing, but I like the steps that Nivada Grenchen is doing. I like their current lineup of watches, and then I even have this crazy chronograph one coming up in a video soon. So that one's a really cool one too, a little more heft to that one, but I like this one. Really like the clasp as well. So let's just get into it. The case width on this is 36.1 millimeter. The lug to lug is a pretty short 41.8. Now that's going to be a blessing for a lot of people, but that's where the deal breaker kind of happens. For me, it's just too small for my preferences. The thickness is 11.6, and this watch has one of my favorite little weird things that I don't encounter in a lot of watches, and that's where the crystal is installed directly onto the case. And speaking of that crystal, check that thing out. Is that not just bonkers or what? There's not a whole lot of watches out there that are quite like that. That is just cool. This is a really fun one to just look at up close, for sure. The lug opening is 20 millimeter. This beads or ice bracelet tapers down to 16. And check out this nice clasp with this hang tag giving me problems. Well, there's the price point too. $18.50 is the price point. So you have a ton of micro adjusts in the traditional fashion. Double pusher, all milled out. Very easy to use. Very fitting for the watch. Really nice case back with kind of like a gold medallion looking on the backside. You have a 6 millimeter screw down crown offset here for the timekeeping, signed, keeping the 100 meter water resist. This crown up here is also screwed down and signed, and that is for your inner rotating bezel, which has like, you can feel like little indents, like as you're rotating it. Like, I'm not going to be able to have you hear it or anything, but you can kind of feel them. They don't like lock in place, but you can just feel them. They're a little tactile. But that's how you track that another time zone with the 24-hour hand, which is the red kind of semi-checkered hand there. You can see it. Now this is a Soprod C125 automatic movement, so it is a caller's GMT. So when you adjust the time, you can pull the crown all the way out. It'll stop the movement, stopping the seconds hand, and you can adjust the time in its completion. But if you just come out one position, it'll do quick set on the date, which is what a lot of people prefer, quite frankly. Oftentimes that's the case with me as well, but it'll only move the 24-hour hand forward. That's why they call it a caller's GMT, because you can't quick set the local time or the 12-hour time. So whatever. It's not, to me, it's not a deal breaker. It's just, it's one of those things. There's two different kinds of GMTs out there, and those are the two main ones, caller or travel. So I put it on my 7 1/4 inch wrist. Now I could clearly wear this watch. Like, I think we could all agree to that. It's just not my preference, guys. I've been wearing a Tudor Pelly, which is a much larger watch. So that's usually my preference. But I love showing these watches. I love seeing them. And with having access to Exquisite Timepieces, and there are over 60 brands that they're authorized dealer for, as well as their massive pre-owned collection, it's just a blessing. It's something I take very serious, and I love having that full access there and working with those guys. So I'd appreciate if you would you know, check them out. They are a powerhouse in the industry. So if there's a watch that you're looking for, odds are they have it or can get it. Let's give this thing a quick blast with the UV light. Check out the Lume. It looks like there's pretty minimal real estate with the Lume on this one, just like the ceramic case one I did. This one has a little bit more actually, because you have larger bars at the 12, 6, and 9. But the Lume isn't like crazy. And actually on the hour and minute hand, it looks a little weak, if I'm completely honest here. So don't expect the Lume monster on this thing, but it is a fun watch. And if you're in the market for a unique GMT, Nivada Grenchen might be your answer. Thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you on the next vid.